All right, let me tell you about contingent offers, specifically when you need to sell your current home before you can buy your next one. So that seems to be a question lurking in the minds of many sellers. And during many conversations, I can see that people understand it in general, but I can also see that the details of this heavily complex process remains a bit of a mystery. So I want to quickly talk about how these offers work, how sellers and agents evaluate them, and most importantly, how to position yourself as strong as possible to get your offer accepted when you are a contingent offer. So firstly, what does it mean to be a contingent offer? A contingent offer means you can't buy the new home until your current one sells. Now, from the seller's perspective, that's a risk because two deals have to go smoothly, yours and the sale of the home that you're trying to purchase. That means two sets of appraisals, two sets of inspections, two sets of financing approvals, and double the probability of anything going wrong. So that makes sellers nervous. So if you're making a contingent offer, your job is to show the seller that your side of the deal is solid and as close to a sure thing as possible. And that's where positioning comes in. I like to say there are three levels of strength for contingent offers. The first strongest position is to already be in contract with a buyer. The best position you can be in is already having a buyer for your home and being in contract. So this means you've passed the hard part. Your home is already spoken for. You're just waiting for escrow to close. From the seller's perspective, this is as close as you can get to a non-contingent offer because the only thing left to do is close the escrow for the sale of your current home. If you're in this strong position, you can provide proof of your contract and any other key details like your buyer's clear to close notification that the buyer's loan officer can provide you. This will make your offer even that much stronger. The second strongest position is if you don't have a buyer yet, then the second strongest position is to be listed and actively on the open market. So if you don't already have a buyer in contract, the next best spot to be in is to be on the market. This means the home's decluttered, clean, had photos taken, showings are happening, and ideally, you've priced it well to attract buyers quickly. However, sellers will look at how long your home has been on the market. If it's fresh and getting good activity, your offer still looks strong. But if it's been sitting for weeks with no movement, then that's a red flag. So if you're in this position, make sure your home is priced competitively and marketed well. So the weakest position, but still better than nothing, if you publicly haven't listed yet and the home's not on the open market, then at least have a signed listing agreement with a realtor. It shows the sellers that you have intent to immediately move forward with selling your home. The weakest position, if you haven't already found a buyer and you haven't listed your home yet, but if you have at least a signed listing agreement with your agent, that shows some level of commitment. This is the hardest position to get a contingent offer accepted from because from the seller's perspective, nothing is in motion yet. But if you find yourself here, the best thing you can do is get your home listed ASAP with a realtor so you can move up to that second position. So how do you give yourself the best shot at getting your offer accepted? So if you're in contract, provide proof. It reassures the seller that your deal is solid. If you're not in contract with a buyer, but you're on the market, price aggressively and make sure your home is showing well. If you're neither in contract nor on the market, then get into a listing agreement with a realtor. There's so much more involved in understanding how sellers and agents evaluate contingent offers and how to position yourself as strong as possible is just scratching the surface. I'm sure I'll have another video on how to structure those terms and talk about all the real estate gymnastics involved and of course, how to protect yourself in these contracts that many agents miss. If you're in this situation and want to talk strategy, reach out. I'd love to help you. This is Pablo Salazar, broker associate in Sacramento.